really great to have you here. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special and I think probably a unique event. I don't recall one of these in Kew for a long time. I'd also like to acknowledge and welcome, and I hope I get the protocol right because there's so many great visitors with us here today, Mrs. Henderson and the many members of the Menzies family who are with us today. Thank you for coming. The Honourable Peter Costello, MP, and also our benefactor today of the bust. Mr. Petro Giorgio, MP, member for Kooyong, our local federal member. Petro, welcome. The Honourable Kevin Andrews, MP. The Senator, the Honourable Dr. Kay Patterson, who's with us. Mr. Robert Clark, MP. Mrs. Andrea Coote, MP. The Honourable Andrew McIntosh, our local member for Kew. David Davis, member for the Southern Metro seat of the Upper House. Very special visitor today, former Kew Mayor, Mr. Gerard Petrie, who will play a big part later on. Welcome, Jerry and family. Boroondara Citizen of the Year, Mrs. Dorothy, welcome. The area known as Boroondara has a proud heritage dating back to the early 19th century. Today we commemorate one of Boroondara's most celebrated residents, Sir Robert Menzies. Sir Robert was married in the Presbyterian Church in Kew and lived in Wellington and Howard Streets in Kew. Wellington just being over the back and Howard just on the other side of the junction, not too far from where I live. In fact, when I wake up in the morning I can look out the back of my house and see the great house in Howard Street where it all began. So Menzies represented the electorate of Kooyong from 1934 until his voluntary retirement in 1966. That in itself is a very stunning commitment to public life. During that time he was Prime Minister twice, the second time for an astounding and to date I think unsurpassed 16-year term. He was one of Australia's most renowned and recognisable Prime Ministers and without a doubt a most profound influence on the Australian political landscape. On the 11th of August 1974, the City of Kew presented Sir Robert Menzies its highest honour, the freedom of the city. And that's where Mr. Petrie enters our story, with a little bit more about that later on. The ceremony, presided over by the then Mayor, Mr. Gerard Petrie, after whom this common is named behind us, Petrie Square, recognised Sir Robert's long-life contribution to the community and his connection with the area. And it's with pride that today the City of Boroondara can acknowledge one of the truly great political leaders of the 20th century, a man of the people and of our city. This bust, which is behind me, is a welcome addition to our civic collection.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, for this opportunity to unveil a bronze sculpture of Sir Robert Menzies, surely one of Kew's greatest citizens, Australia's longest serving Prime Minister and one of the greatest Australians.
Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, Mr. Costello and Mrs. Henderson, will you please join with me?
Come on, Peter. No, go on. Go pull it. Which way? Just pull it up.
Thanks to everyone who has been involved in this great project.